Good day, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Edwin Madu. If you are coming to my channel for the first time, so it's basically for my life as a pharmacist and travel as I do while I perform my duty as a pharmacist. So please try to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification button so that when next I release my video, you're notified about the release, and that way you're able to follow on what is happening in this channel. In this video today, I'm going to talk about how you go about applying for provisional registration with Ahpra, which is the medical board responsible for registration of healthcare professionals in Australia. Last video I talked about how to prepare for your Kaps exam. So what is next after you pass your Kaps examination, which stands for Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences. So usually when you're done with your Kaps examination, a month or 2 months afterwards, the result will come out. If you're successful, you'll be issued with a certificate or statement of results showing that you've passed paper 1 and paper 2. A week afterwards, you'll be issued with what is called skills assessment letter. Please keep these two documents in place because you are definitely going to use the two and other documents to apply for your provisional registration with Ahpra, the medical board responsible for registration and regulation of healthcare professionals in Australia. You will need a list of documents to go for this process. The first thing is you need to head to Ahpra website and download a form known as Pharmacist. If you go to the description section in this video, you will see a link directing you to Ahpra website where you can download the form. I just want you to be patient because it's a whole lot of paperwork, a lot of documentation. There are a whole lot of things to fill, so you really need to be careful why you fill the form. After you fill the form, there are other supporting documents you need to attach in terms of you submitting your application form online or submitting it in through courier to Ahpra. You will need an English test, evidence of English test. So for PTE, piercing test of English, you need to have at least 65 in all the bands. If you are going for IELTS, what is expected of you is academic IELTS. I need a band of 7. You need a score of 7 in all the bands. If you're going for OET, I think you need a B score. So for more information on the required score expected of you when applying for your provisional registration with Ahpra, if you go to the description section of this video, you will see a link that will direct you about recommendation on what is expected of you in terms of English test. In addition, you will need your registration as a pharmacist, your current license in the country you're practicing at the moment. You also need what is called certificate of good standing. This you can always get from the pharmacy board in your country where you are currently practicing at the moment. You will need to certify your pharmacy degree or certificate from your university as the case may be. So if you have a copy of it, all you need to do is just to certify it. In terms of certification of document, there is a link in the description section of this video showing you people who can certify the documents required for this registration and the way they're going to certify this. So you really need to make sure that your document is certified according to Ahpra recommendation. You don't want to make a mistake and submit a document not accurately certified. At the end of the day, they will ask you to go back and recertify it. So the good thing is just to go to their website and see the right way or the standard to certify document and the right person to certify this document for you wherever you are staying in any country in the world. The next thing we are going to talk about in this video is what is called international criminal history check. So if you're lodging your application for provisional registration with the Ahpra, the medical board in Australia, you need to conduct what is called ICCC. So if you've been to any country and you spend more than 6 months in any country, if it is 5 countries and you spend 6 months consecutively in any of these countries, you need to get ICCC from these countries. So there are 2 bodies that can help you to do this. In terms of Ahpra recommendation, you can do this through AIS or a company known as Fit to Work. So if you go to the description section of this video, you will see a link that will direct you to the appropriate body that will conduct your international criminal history check. So you can just decide to choose anyone, and there is a fee attached to it. I don't know what the specific amount is, but if you go through this link, they'll be able to tell you, okay, you are going to pay some amount of money. So the money varies depending on the country you've been to and you're lodging an application for. The next thing we want to talk about is the registration fee. So application for provisional registration comes up with application fee. Apart from New South Wales, is $219. If you want to practice in New South Wales, you have to pay $220. There are a whole lot of things to talk about in terms of you applying for your provisional registration, but these are the basic ones you need to know when you want to lodge your application for provisional registration. And again, I have to talk about your CV, curriculum vitae, or resume, as the case may be. So there is a standard or a format that you need to follow to put in your application or your resume while applying for provisional registration with Ahpra. So if you go to the description section of this video, you will see a link that will direct you to the right formats in terms of you writing your CV that you use for application. So when you've certified all the documents, everything is ready, and you fill your Approve 60 form, you can go online and lodge the application. Just scan all the documents and submit it online. Also, in the description section of this video, there is a link that will direct you on the link to follow to submit your application online. Another way you can do this is to submit it through, like, gather all the documents, put it in envelope, and you can send it through mail to any state you want to practice. So it is your choice. I think, why not do it online? It's quicker. Since COVID started, so Ahpra made it possible for people to lodge a provisional registration via online application. Just gather everything together, scan the document, and upload it. Usually it takes around 1 month to 2 months, depending on the case or the person assigned to, your situation, the person assigned to you. So it may take up to 1 month or 2 months to go through the application and see that, okay, you are fit to practice in Australia. If the application is successful, you'll be issued with a provisional, what is known as PHA number. So provisional license that will enable you to go for your internship training. I also need to mention here that you need what is called approval of internship sites. So if you're fortunate to have a place for internship during the course or before applying for provisional registration, good on you. So there is a section in the approve form I talked about earlier where they will ask you, or do you have a place you want to do your internship? If you don't have a place of internship as at the time of lodging the application, good and fine. When the provisional registration is out and you have your Ahpra number, all you need to do is to download another form. So if you go to the description section of this video, you will see a form that you need to download. You have to fill this form and submit it to Ahpra, after which the internship site will be approved for you. It's only after the approval of the place of internship that your internship hours will start counting for you. Remember, in my first video, I said during the course of internship here, for you to gain your provisional registration, you need to complete certain hours, and this hour has to be supervised by a supervisor in your internship place. So usually 1,800 and something hours, it got reduced to 1,576 hours due to COVID. So for these hours to start counting for you, the site has to be approved by Ahpra. There are a whole lot of things to talk about coming to Australia to work as a pharmacist. Like I said earlier, it's a long process, but after you've gotten your provisional registration, the next thing to do is to go online and start looking for a job. There are a lot of opportunities, like I said earlier. So arrange your CV, go online, seek.com, Indeed. You most likely will see someone who wants to sponsor you to come to Australia. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the various routes, the visa options available to international trained pharmacists who want to come to Australia to work through the knowledge stream pathway. I will also talk about the competent pathway. These are for pharmacists who are trained in countries like United Kingdom, United States of America, Ireland, who want to come to Australia to practice. So you have a different route. It is called competent pathway, but I am currently talking about knowledge stream pathway. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, try to do so. Watch out for my next video where I'll talk about the visa options, how you can come to Australia to work as a pharmacist. Until then, I'll see you. Have a nice day. Bye.